Everyone, it's Desiree, and it's day 6 of the 2018 Christmas series. I'm pretty impressed myself that I'm getting to day 6. Woohoo! This is possible! So for this one, I am going to feature Hero Arts and one of their beautiful fancy dies. This is one that they did release this year. Recently, I believe it was one of their add-ons to their kit. And I just it was not. It was one that I saw while I was shopping. The moment I saw it, I knew I had to have it. I'm also going to be using from Sizzix the Tim Holtz Holiday Sentiments. While they look very different, what I did like about them is because they are so unique. You know, usually we see the scripty font, or we see the box font, when it comes to this, or I'm a huge fan of the vintage, or retro fonts, but there was just something about these that I liked, and plus it was Tim Holtz. There it is right there. I had to have it. So what I'm going to do, one of the papers that I'm using for this project is by Recollections, and they have a gold silver shimmer paper, and it is absolutely wonderful. So just the gold fleck, it's almost like a mother of pearl look. So I will link it down below, but that is what's going to be behind my sentiment, for that to stand through, and that's what I'm going to cut this piece out here. Now this die comes as one piece, but you can cut out that centerpiece where the snowflakes are. So for right now, I'm going to keep it together, because I'm just getting my pieces ready before I die cut. A couple of you asked, what do I use? I do use a Spellbinders die cutting machine, Spellbinder 6. Do I have others? Absolutely I do. I do have an old Big Shot that I've had for years. It's beat, but it still works. But I just use it for the business end that I have when I have lots and lots of it to use. I am very pleased with the Spellbinders. I like the look of it. I like the fact that it can fold up. I like the space savings, and I have never had an issue with any of these intricate die cuts going through, just through one pass. Sometimes with the Sizzix, I do have to roll it back. But so people have asked, so that's that information. So you can say I've got them ready. I also pulled out a piece of Pool Party Stampin' Up paper. I am a huge fan of the Stampin' Up cardstock. I like the texture of it. I like the feel of it. It's a nice weight, but not too much of a heavy weight. So when it comes to items like this is the paper that I'll grab for, and I will link to who I get mine through from down below as well. So I've die cut my pieces. Now what I did, remember, I kept the dies together for the snow band and the ornament, and then I did cut it apart so that I could get just the solid piece out of the blue. I cut my piece, I've trimmed it down, and then I just cut a thinner strip of that shimmer paper from Recollections so that will come through to the front. I am not going to put the little mark for the A or the P in. I really like that look where I've got those big chunky open spaces. I've pulled out my Stampin' Up ink, and I am also a fan of the Stampin' Up ink. I do have them all, not quite all the new ones that they came out with. I just think the ink gives a beautiful impression every time. Do I have other inks that I'm a fan of? Absolutely. A lot. The Gina K, the Altenew, the Distress inks. Oxides are my absolute favorite. The Mementos. So yeah, I got a few sets. But that's what we do. So I'm using my Nuvo blender brush. I'm sorry, I'm gabbing just a little bit here. I'm using my Nuvo blender brushes, which those are my favorite. I just like them. And I'm just going on one end. I used Night of Navy. So very dark color, very light cardstock. But you have to remember, with those brushes, they're not blending the mini blender or the sponges. This is a brush. So you're not going to get dead on color right away. And I didn't want that. I wanted it to be very soft. I wanted it to be light. So that's why I did choose my brushes. I'm going to use my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive and my tweezers, and then I'm going to drop this piece because it's not fully on my tweezers. There we go. And I'm going to set that right on top of that piece that we used the brush on. We get carried away. I didn't drop it. There was no pieces of this card harmed in any way, shape, or form. That's my disclaimer. I have learned. So once that's together, having that piece of white on there does add some stability as well. Now, when I make a tag, and that's what this is going to be, I always, no matter what, I cut 2 pieces of the solid piece. No matter what the tag is, I always have 2 pieces. I have the one where I'm writing to and from, and you can see I'm doing this in my own handwriting. Yes, I've got stamps that say to and from. Honestly, I didn't want to go dig. I'm okay putting my handwriting on there. It's a handmade card, or tag. It's a gift. It's okay. So I like doing that. In this case, I did glue them together, which will give it more stability. Sometimes I layer them and only glue the top so it can stand up if they want to put it on their desk. That's usually what I do 9 out of 10 when I make tags. I do let it be, where you can stand it up. You don't have to, if somebody wanted to keep it, they could have the choice. I'm going to prop up my sentiment, and I'm going to put that down on the bottom right hand side of this ornament. It is going to hang over a little bit, but I am going to trim that, and I'm going to trim it around the curve. One of the things that I'm actually thinking about doing, believe it or not, I'm a paper crafter. I am also a sewer. Yes, I say sewing. I love all crafts, and one of my goals has been forever, even before I started this journey, I want a tree of all handmade ornaments. So I have the funny feeling I'm going to start that next year. I'm just going to start making ornaments, but I'm going to need a ton of ornaments. So yeah, I think slowly throughout the year, I'm actually going to start, and this is definitely going to be one of them. Whether it's a tag, or whether it can be turned into an ornament, it doesn't matter. I am a tag person. I love my cards, but I love making tags. The mixed media and so forth. I think they're neat. I think they're unique. They're different. I just like the look of them. So I use some of my Nuvo sequins. These are actually, they're calling them rose gold, but I think they're more like an antique gold, and they're tiny. They're not large like normal sequin sizes are. So I glued those down within some of the snowflakes and around the sentiment. Here I'm loosening up and throwing my Nuvo bottle. I didn't throw it. I dropped it. It came out of my hands. So that's why the camera shook. We lost a little bit of sight there. And I'm just going to put a drop. This is the Gold Coast glitter drops. And I'm just putting a drop in the center of the sequin. So I have the shine from the sequin at the base. And then I have the glitter from the drop in the center. I grabbed some of my hemp cord and some ribbon from my stash that matched perfectly to the color. And I'm adhering that to the top. And I love long tassels for my tags. I don't like them short. I don't like them tight. I like them loose. And then I figure out how to put them on there. But I like it when it looks like a mane coming off the ornament. So that was day 6. I hope you liked it. And as always, we have some close-ups, just a couple. As a matter of fact, I think I have 3 photos for you for the close-up. But I do hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying this series. Again, this series, I'm going to try to do as little editing as I can when it comes to the videos. I am speeding it up though since I'm doing that just a little bit. I try not, when it comes to any of my videos, I try not to take too much out. except when I'm doing that 5-card one kit, because there is just so much. And plus, who wants to listen to me for an hour? Oh my goodness. So I'm going to try to leave in as much so that you can see the whole thought process. I'm going to explain to you where I was going, why I went that way. So hopefully there's a lot of tips and tricks that you're learning along the way through this. As always, the products that I used in this video will be linked down below. Please know that we are in the holiday season, and I am trying to find different locations that have it in stock. Please know that when I post the video, it is in stock, because that is when I put my list together. But there have been a few times where people have looked for some of the products that I used, and they have come back and said, why would you show this? This is sold out. So not everybody has said that, but I do apologize. But I do try to make sure that things are available. Just know that I am digging in my stash along with products that I've bought months ago. So again, I do apologize, but I'll try to give many options as I can to find the products that I used if you are interested in them. If you have a question or comment, please leave that down below as well. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know any tips you want to ask me about or anything like that. I will make sure that I get back to you as soon as I can. Don't forget to like this video if you did like it, and don't forget, please subscribe. I'd love to have you here as part of my community. We really do have a good time here, and we laugh and we joke. We just have fun. At least I hope we do. But always remember what's most important for me. Always be creative.